All right, y'all. It's me, Brian Forbes. We in the building, inside stepping. We ready to get it in this here evening on this Tuesday. Our regularly scheduled show, as you know, because we did an exclusive interview on yesterday with my main man, Josiah Burt. So we talked about a few things. But tonight, y'all, I got a special guest coming in. There my girl Val Wells is. I see you, Val. Thank you for checking in. That's why I love you. You always on time, just like me. I believe in being on time. I like that, Val. You on point. That's what's up. So anyway, y'all, tonight we got a special show, and because tonight we're gonna touch on a topic that, in my best opinion, is something else. Because y'all know I like bringing you that heat. I like bringing y'all that stuff that's got those questions that everybody is asking, but nobody really asks. Nobody really knows the answers to sometimes, or should I say, collectively, the answers are not always put in front of us. So I have an expert with us today that's going to help me dissect yet another interesting topic surrounding the Steppers community and what we need to do and what we hope to do, or at least put something on your mind and make you think about what we're going to be, what the future looks like in regard to this particular topic, which is contests. Now, just so y'all know, for those of you who may not know, my guest tonight was one of the first winners of the world's largest steppers competition, and in fact, had been for a very long time. Hey man, where'd you go? Did you leave me? Uh-oh. I hope we didn't lose him. Anyway, oh, there he is. And just so y'all know, this was one of the people who won the world's largest competition. Hey man, I don't know what you're doing, but quit playing with your camera. I'm ready to bring you in.
Let's go.
I see you, Sylvia Perry, and Purpose Driven in the building. I don't have a video for you, man. What happened? Did you touch something?
I muted it.
Oh, you muted it. Okay, well, unmute. Unmute, sir. Unmute. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Casper. ChaCha Slide Perry is in the building on Inside Stepping, y'all. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
All I can tell you is that it's good to have you here on the show, live and in living color, so that we can attack. We can attack a couple of topics, man. You know, and I figured there would be nobody better to address this subject than you, sir. And I say that because, you know, you have a long history as a competing entity in the stepping community and around just stepping in general. You know, I mean, I can remember back in the day, man, seeing you up in places like Chick Rick's. You know what I'm saying? We had them little contests and different things be going on, you know, and you be having a great time always. And so I got a couple of what I think are important questions that I want to ask you, and I think there will be nobody better to ask than you.
Okay.
Casper. Oh, and by the way, for my audience, for those of you who don't know, because some people are very new to this community and very new, and I want to be able to always bring those along that don't know. That's the whole purpose for this show, for us to be able to impart information. For those of you who don't know, this is Casper, the ChaCha Slide creator, innovator, and the man himself, just so you understand that. And let me give you, and I know we talked on here once before, kind of impromptu, but let me give you your credit and your props, brother, because you have added to our culture and our history by being able to innovate your line dance that is internationally known. And in fact, I've seen people do it on TV. I actually saw you on Orange is the New Black, and they played your song on there, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Right.
And the other thing, before we get really started, before we get started, the other thing I want to say is that, and I told you this before, I love when I'm at a set, and the last two sets that you and I were, I think, together, you called the ChaCha Slide live. Man, I think that is like the coolest thing in the world. I love that. So I'm gonna say thank you. You dig? As a longtime friend and fan. All
I
right.
appreciate it, bro. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
you know, it's cool to have people that you've been knowing a long time and they actually become fans, right? I think that's cool. Anyway,
Well, you know what? I'm just me, man. I'm
that
no
may be
different.
true, but man, you
I'm
know,
just me, man.
we got to give people their flowers while they're here, though, brother. You know what I mean?
I
And
feel
and
you.
and I gotta give you props for that, man. I know you know. I just gotta let you know, man. I'm just saying. Anyway, so check this out, Casper. Tell us, in total, can you actually name how many contests that you have won? I know you have participated in countless. How many have you won? Do you actually remember that number?
Are you just speaking on the world's largest? Or are
In
you
general,
speaking?
not world's largest. In general, we're gonna get to the world's largest in a minute.
Well, I can say pretty close to like 60, 70 contests.
Okay. So in terms of the world's largest, now you were there from the inception of the world's largest. How many world's largest competitions have you competed in, and how many have you won?
I competed in 11 contests. I won 10 out of 11.
That's a hell of a track record. So would you say, would it be safe to say that you kind of went out on top?
Yes, yes, it will.
Okay.
Uh, what I can say is, like I say, I'm just me, and I like to have fun and enjoy myself. But if anybody ever speak of somebody being a GOAT, which means greatest of all time,
hmm
I mean, I can say I'm one of the greatest of all time. So, yeah.
I would have to agree. You know, it gets interesting when people kind of, you know, start hanging monikers without consideration of all those who came before. You know, it's kind of like saying, you know, people want to try and hang a moniker on LeBron when they forget about the
Magic
and I say Jordan, but I got to go before that, right? The Magic Johnsons and
Wilt
the
Chamberlain.
Jabars, you know, man, them cats set records. You know what I mean? They was doing it big back in the day, but nobody ever brings their name up, so it's kind of hard to, you know, yeah. And then we have different eras. So there's a thing
Well,
though when it comes to
that's why
greatest of all
it's
time,
called greatest of all time up to now.
right?
Okay, so now the greatest of this time can be somebody else.
Right, absolutely.
And so
Um, go ahead.
I think a lot of people that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you become the greatest of all time, that means you have accomplished all the dance.
Now,
Not just stepping, walking, bopping.
popping. Yep.
You have accomplished all of them.
Yeah.
You know, that makes you the real GOAT.
In this arena, right? I agree. So
So,
what I want to do, Casper, is I want to get kind of into the history, right?
okay.
Now I know the contests go way, way back into times before, you know, I mean, directly after slavery. I'm sure we had black folks competing in dance contests.
Oh,
But in the vein of where we are today in stepping,
yeah. Hmm.
can you tell us what it was like? Because I know for a fact, if, for example, Sam Chapman would have contests within his own sets oftentimes, and there was money on the table. From that time to this, I want to talk about the evolution of the contest and how things have changed, or have they changed, and where should we go from this point forward? When you first started competing, I mean, because I can remember you, you know, like I said, I can remember back when we were, you know, early 80s, kicking it real hard, you know, back in the day at places like Rick's and different things, and you would come in and, you know, skate, step, you did everything. There was no limits with you. From then to now, do you think that the competitions have altered the state of stepping as we know it today?
Oh, very much. Very much. Because when we were doing it back then, we were having fun with it.
Right.
We were putting on a show,
Mm-hmm.
as you want to say. Today's contest, a lot of them you look at, I mean, everybody's pretty much doing the same thing. So how can you judge that?
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the contest, my first thoughts was to be creative,
Mm-hmm.
something different than what everybody else was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that became a problem um, with the older steppers.
Creativity became a problem for the older steppers. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Right.
Keep
So
going.
that's why they end up splitting it into two categories, original and freestyle.
Okay, now you speaking on in terms of that where the world's largest is concerned.
Right. But
Okay.
back in the days, we didn't have that problem.
Right. There was no categorization because you was either cold or you wasn't.
Exactly. You
Okay.
was either gonna be bring your A game that day,
Mm-hmm.
or it wasn't nothing else to talk about after it was over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Winner take all.
Right. Back then, it was like, hey, come on with it. Bring what you got.
Right.
If you don't bring it at that time, that particular time, game over for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in on that note, the beginning year of the beginning years of the world's largest steppers contest, which I think redefined or begun to redefine what we know as steppers competitions in this arena, because they had begun to divide up. Let me back up. Tell the audience how the division began and it created the different categories, how that whole thing started. Now, you just touched on it, but I want you to elaborate on why it was necessary, why it was really necessary for these categories to begin to divide and why we have so many categories today.
Okay. Well, first of all, it was one category when the world's largest first started, and it was to come and bring your A game.
Period.
Period. Okay. Then maybe 2 or 3 years we had myself, Janice, Lil Alfred, Weasel, Cleo, James. We had a lot of us stepping, Ty Skippy, which they called it freestyle stepping back then. And the older people, when I say older, I mean the 60, 70, 80 plus people back then, wasn't able to keep up with what we were doing. So they would fade away from the contest.
So
And
that would kind of like be us today because we've gotten older and now we're the older generation and we would struggle against some of the younger. Okay.
Right. So what happened is they ended up doing two categories. It was only two. It was original, then it was freestyle. Freestyle was anything goes. The second year of, let's just say the world's largest, is when I bought out my skates. And they were like, it's no way in the world that we could compete against Casper on some skates. So the third year, about the third year is when they bought in the two different categories.
Okay.
First 2 years, it was, hey, go for what you know. You know, they gave it 2 years and then they actually put another category in, which made it original and freestyle.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, the first year, Dimples, Marzette, Lil Alfred, Janice, myself, Cleo, and it was somebody else was in the runnings for that contest. And the second contest, I think it was Greg and Shanks, Cynthia Shanks, myself and Cleo, and Damita, I think it was Damita and Ty Skippy. Then after that, that's when it exploded. That's when it went to other categories.
So you would say about in the third year.
About the third year.
There was the addition. Okay. And so progressively, so it's safe to say then, Casper, that you was the cause of the beginning of these different categories.
Pretty much me and probably Lil Alfred, because Lil Alfred danced, man. He was
Yeah,
a vocal.
his dance background was extensive.
Yeah, he did mostly like ballerina dancing, and no one can do that. You know what I'm saying? You got this guy actually doing these dances, kicking his legs up and da 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 da. You know, it's more of a jitterbug type situation. But my thing was, bring your A game. You know, it was a better competition back then because when you had to bring your A game.
They had to work. They had to work for it. They had to earn it.
Everybody wasn't going to the finals.
Mm.
They took it probably was 120 couples in the contest.
I was just about to say, tell us, like, from the very beginning. Let's say the first world's largest, when they put that purse up there, how many couples would you say were on deck?
It was probably 120 couples, but they only selected 50 couples for the finals. So when you select the 50 couples, that means everybody, the other, 100 and whatever couples or had to come back next year. It wasn't that you're going to the final. No, you had to go and prepare yourself and come back and try to make it to the final.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's the difference. That's the difference now. Nowadays, you go automatically.
Yeah, because I think the interest has died down, or am I just imagining things? I don't know if it's there because people are intimidated. I'm not sure what the real reason is, but I feel like as many instructors as there are out here that claim they're doing such good work, I would love to see their product on stage. And a lot of them, and as a matter of fact, I can remember one night I was in Heroes and I heard Janice, because they were getting ready to do a man-on-man competition, and Scorpio and Ty Skippy was in it, and there was a few other people, and she kept saying, well, where's everybody? All these instructors in here, and ain't nobody got none of their people up here, and y'all supposed to be instructors, and y'all ain't dancing. What's going on? She was tripping about that.
Well, just to let you know, all instructors ain't instructors.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that. I say it all the time.
Okay, so, I mean, hey, take it from there. Take it for what it's worth.
Say that speaks for itself. Exactly. Well, I think that was her tongue-in-cheek way of saying some of y'all need to go sit down somewhere.
Because I guarantee you, when I was instructing, most of the people that I instructed back then has won contests, has been in them. I can name a few of you like.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, put them on the table.
Andre Blackwell.
Mm-hmm.
Darren and Tori.
Mm-hmm.
Max B. I don't know if you know him.
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. Lil Terry.
Mm-hmm.
All these people that has won the contest that I instructed when I was at the other place back in the days teaching. And should I say I was teaching for free?
Oops. You about to hurt some folks' toes.
I ain't worried about no toes. I want to step on the whole foot.
Nah, break the ankle.
Hey, so
we got it for free, so why not, right? They turned it into a business, and I believe it was Reggie Miles that said they what he said, I can't even think of the phrase he used, but he basically they put it on the black market. That's what he said.
Well, my thing, when somebody saw that they could take this dance and start making money from it, it was cool because they wasn't doing it in Chicago. They took it to California. They took it to Atlanta. They took it outside of Chicago. You see, but then when they started doing it here, where you got all the people where stepping is, actually originated from, then you have a problem Because now you got all the people here that knows about the dance that know that you're not really teaching the dance. You see what I'm saying?
One of the things that that I constantly say is it's almost like, even though the dance was taken outside the city, I think there was a point where somehow the ball got dropped and too many people were kind of took up the reins of something they didn't understand, and the cat kind of got out the bag. And I think that's where we are now. And there are a lot of people who are trying to put the cat back in the bag now.
Well, the cat can no longer be in the bag because there's too many people out here not being truthful with the people.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna tell the game right.
Now, that part.
However it ends up. You know, but you can't go out here and try to make yourself that big one without explaining how you became that big one.
Right. Yeah.
You see, a lot of people ask me all the time, Casper, can you teach me how to do this? Can you teach me? I said, sure. Let me know when you want to. I'll come to you. You come to me. We'll do that. But I'm not going to start a class to teach people how to step anymore, because you don't really teach people how to step. You teach them the basics and then let them
foundation
around that.
Right, absolutely.
You don't create around that and put themselves into it.
But that right there is one of the things that most instructors don't tell people. And it's almost like, and this is the part, you know, and I've had instructors call me because they get, you know, when I do these shows, sometimes they're like, man, why you saying this and why you saying that? Look, man, you know it's the truth. And the fact is, you got a lot of these instructors, they want to put people in these endless classes. They want to keep them coming back over and over and over and over and over. Once you got the foundation of the movements of this dance, after that, everything else is up to you and your own creativity. And that's the part that people miss out on. And they're not given the foundation properly.
I gave Andre Blackwell, the foundation of the stepping game. Andre took the foundation that I gave him along with
and ran with it.
And he ran with it. Then once you looked at everybody that was in Dre class, everybody was dancing like Dre. You see what I'm saying? But hey, if that works for them, that works for them.
Right.
I didn't teach Dre how to step like Casper. I just gave him the foundation, and he took it and ran with it.
Right. And it does not take years and thousands of dollars to learn the foundation.
No. It does not take a month to learn the foundation. Now, if you choose to stay in that same situation for a month, that's on you. But God gave everybody 6 senses to understand. Okay? If I got the basic foundations, I'm going to take it and I'm going to create, because that's what I do. I'm going to create around that foundation and make it do what it do. And get in any contest I want to get in. Any type of contest they have, man on man, walk, step, bop, I can get into any of those contests because I'm capable of doing that dance.
Right. And I think that, and I personally believe that now, especially now, with the resurgence of bop walking, and the fact that now, man on man, the original style is making a return. I think that everybody should be vested in learning all of that.
And the fact that now, man on man, I think
now Reginald Bandy came in and he said he spent over $1,500 in 7 years on privates and workshops.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he just had money to give away.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you.
I know people who have spent way more than that.
Well, watch this. I guarantee you, if I take a person and bring them, and we got 4, we're going to be together 4 times 1 month, and that 4 times, they're going to know the foundations. Now it's going to be up to them to go and continue the foundations.
And work it and practice it.
Work it.
Yeah.
You don't have to come to me to do the same basic steps that you did last year. Come to me, let me give you the basic steps, you take them home and practice it. Then when you want to add something more to them, hey, I want to add some turns. I want to add some this. Come see me again.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So go ahead.
Well, I wanna kind of backtrack here where we talked about in the contest. So moving forward from those first 3 years when the category split into two, Angie Fain, hey Angie, that's my girl there, made a comment and she said, "What about the trio category that you all were supposed to compete in?" So, what happened when it divided even further and became a trio category? And explain to us what happened when they ended up putting in an out of town category, which they no longer have in the world's largest, but they did have that category at one point.
Okay. Well, what they did as far as trio was concerned,
Mm-hmm.
they added Rodney Burks and Budweiser.
Mm-hmm.
That's who had the world's largest contest first.
Mm-hmm.
They put the trio category in because they came out to the clubs where we were dancing at, and they saw people dancing trio,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, hey, that would be an interesting category to see, have 3 people dancing together. So they end up putting that as another category in the contest. All the other categories, these out of town categories and all this other stuff, didn't come into a peak yet.
Okay. Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Because more people, as the dance expanded across the country, more people became interested, and of course wanted to be a part of the world's largest competition.
If that's what you want to say.
Hey, I'm saying it. I'm looking for you to clean it up if I'm saying it wrong.
Bro, they figured that if they do an out of town category,
Mm-hmm.
that it would draw people from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you'll make the money coming from out of town.
Okay.
Okay? So let's go have some preliminaries in these out of town, and everybody come. We get everybody to go to the final. Which means if you are from XYZ and you from XYZ, y'all gonna come and what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna bring y'all people to cheer y'all on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So therefore, you get more revenue coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't about the out of town people.
It was about the money.
It was about the money.
Dig that.
I mean, because when we were in the contest back in the days, when they say they gave away 25,000, they gave away 10,000 for this category, original, 10,000 for freestyle, 5,000 for trio.
Mm-hmm.
One winner for the trio.
No runner-ups, just straight. That was straight purse.
Straight purse.
Mm-hmm.
In the original, you had 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. That's how they broke the 10,000 down.
Mm-hmm.
And the freestyle, you had 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. And for the trio category, you just had straight 5,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they were giving big money away.
That was when it was under Budweiser.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Now, Angie Fain says the out of town wanted to get in on the contest, but did not want to dance against Chicago along the way along with bringing in the more money.
But think about this: they're still dancing against Chicago.
Well, they are now. Yeah.
No. Watch this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people from Chicago go to wherever they at and get in the preliminary.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, and then they represent wherever they came from.
See what I'm saying? So my thing is,
that's true.
if you're gonna set rules, set real rules.
Yeah.
Don't let them. If you're going out of town, if we're going to Phoenix, where Angie is throwing the contest, and
right.
she says, "Okay, this is for all my out of towners." Should nobody from Phoenix be able to get in that contest? Because it's for the out of towners.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now, if you know that the people wanted to get in the contest, but they didn't want to dance against any Chicagoans, why would you allow a Chicagoan to come and get in a contest, a preliminary contest.
Okay. So let's talk about the processes of the scoring systems from then to now.
Well, the scoring systems from then to now. Back then, you had judges that will hold up their score.
So
And
you knew what your score was and which judge gave it to you.
everybody knew what their score was, and all the people that came to see it was able to add the scores up along with everybody else.
Got you.
So at the end, there was no problem with people saying, "Well, no, that I had this score and they changed it, or they went in the back room and they checked." You had no problem with that. To where it is now, everything is wrote down, and you give it to somebody on the end, and they tally it up and come up with the winner.
So nobody ever really knows how. Now, you know, the thing about one of the things I think is interesting about our scoring systems that I see from the outside looking in, because I do not intimately know the details of how they work. But I think it's interesting that we all coexist and we all cohabitate. We all hang around each other. And then the judges are people that we interact with, like or dislike. And yet we are sometimes dancing on stage and have people sitting in the catbird seat judging. And then the question becomes, are they going to capacity?
Right, and that was a whole lot of situations. There was a whole lot of situations with that, you know, because I think Rodney Burks, when they were doing the contest, let me see what contest was that. The second contest they did, you know, they had somebody who was working with Budweiser adding up the scores. And they missed the score sheet.
Oh.
They missed a score sheet that Don Juan was judging that contest.
Oh, wow.
And they missed the score sheet that Don Juan did. And when they added it up, they found out that Dimples had tied with Greg. So they end up paying both of them for that contest.
So they corrected the mistake by monetarily satisfying
Yes.
both individuals.
And went back and paid both of them for first place in that contest. I remember that year. Rodney Burks and made that really happen. And I was like, I mean, I was so proud of him.
That's integrity. They call that integrity.
And from there on, I didn't have no problem with the judge system, how they judge.
One thing that I can say that moving forward to date, we're beginning to see, I think, a lot more competition start to show up in different cities. How do you feel about, or do you believe that every individual place should have their own systems of small competitions within their own cities, just to kind of keep it interesting, the kind of the way we used to do back in the day?
I think they should. I think they should. You know, just like I said, Budweiser started the world's largest. Once they stopped doing it, Mary Green took it over for a while. But Mary Green stopped doing it, then Pete started doing it. Okay, so Angie Fain is in Phoenix. I use her as an example. Why she can't have a Phoenix world's largest?
Yeah. I mean, well, I'll put it like this. I think Nike has taken a large step in that direction by creating Texas Heat.
Nike is doing a great job.
Nike is blowing it out of the water, man. And I love what he did last year.
And his contest was judged fairly.
And you were one of the judges, right?
I was one of the judges, and I sit when I judge a contest, bro. I don't care who you are. At that particular time, if you don't bring your A game, you're not gonna get the score that you think you're gonna get. I don't care about names.
Right.
And when people judge me, I don't want them to care about my name. Judge me on what I do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
That's
right.
why I was always creating in contests. I always created, bought something different. I did James Brown one day, had the wig, the microphone. I mean, so I bring stuff to the table and create stuff for a show to entertain the people.
That's right.
And
That's what it's
that's what
about.
they look for.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to go and get in the contest, and I'm going to be a judge, and I see you doing the same thing you're doing at the 50-yard line.
Right.
I think you're going to win because of your name. Doesn't work with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch other judges that judge the contest, and I see what they do. I'm like, really? I ask them, I say, really? How could you give a person a score like that? Oh, well, that's so-and-so. But what does so-and-so do?
Mm-hmm. I was actually at a contest once, and a particular judge kind of pissed me off because they said they gave everybody the same score. And I was like, well, what the hell was you sitting up there for? Like,
Right.
just on some, I don't want to be, I ain't going to be. Man, look, bruh, if you didn't want to do the job, you should have left it for somebody else.
You know how everybody get the same score?
Mm-hmm.
If everybody do the same turns at the same time and they dancing exactly the same.
Exactly.
Now, how often is that?
Mm-hmm.
Not too often, right? So my thing is, you can have somebody doing something, and one person come and do something totally different, and that's the person I'm looking at. Oh my goodness, that was
Right.
you ain't seen nobody. So when people get in these competitions, they need to create. They don't have to create routines, just create.
Well, sometimes they're more focused, and I'm saying this mainly for the newer people who enter these competitions, because one thing that I can say, and I'm sure you will back me up on this, dancing in a competition is way different than when you dancing in the club.
Oh, definitely. See, a lot of people don't understand. In these competitions, it's a little bit more than just dancing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's the way you dress. It's your style and profile. It's your smile, how you enjoying the dance.
Right.
It takes all that
Yeah.
to win a contest.
Tony Adway say he danced this way because he's an entertainer.
Who, me?
Tony Adway, Tony T.A. clowning, but no, but you're absolutely correct, and sometimes even today, and I watched the competitions over the years, and it sometimes annoys me when you talk about the style and dress. Sometimes I get annoyed at, to me, some of the people who I don't think went far enough, or they didn't do enough in that to, just you're on a stage. You're supposed to be bringing your A game. It's kind of like today, people are let in the club now with tennis shoes on. It was a time we couldn't get in nowhere with no tennis shoes, no jeans, and no hat on.
Don't be saying nothing about tennis shoes.
Hey, you earned the right. You old now. You got look.
But remember, check this out though. If you go back and look at some of the shot stepper stuff,
Right.
every contest I was in, I was dressed.
Absolutely. We know what step of sharp. See, a lot, do you realize, and I'm going to tell you this, Casper, you go around the country like I do, but do you realize how many people truly do not understand what step of sharp means?
Oh, look, I'm gonna make myself look bad. I know what it means. I just don't follow the rules.
Well, again, you got enough skin in the game. I'm just saying, because you got. I bet your closet got to be full. You got so many damn jogging suits, man. I don't know if I can't remember the last time I ain't seen you in a jogging suit. So,
so I'm like, man, I love to see people dress up, and when a person looks good, they look good.
That's
and
right.
I'm gonna give you a good example. I saw in Texas Heat, I saw Drew.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, really dance the part off the song that they were dancing off of.
Mm-hmm.
He was dressed for that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
But the thing about Drew is that regardless, he always sort of does his thing. He plays his part. He plays his role. He dresses the part. And I'm saying that like you'll never see him really slouching out there. That's what I mean.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about when I saw him in that contest, and I listened to the music that they danced to,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched the creativity that they had.
Mm-hmm.
All that was on point.
Right.
All of that was on point. And that's what I'm talking about, creating, being different. You have to be different. If you try to be like somebody else, it ain't gonna work.
Right. I agree with that.
And I tell anybody, I talk to Barack, I
Mhm.
talk to all the people that get in the contest. To this day, Chick Man still call me, Casper, I need you to show me XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
That's my buddy, and I will show him. And anybody else that asks me about showing them something or giving them some, criticism or whatever about,
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with it
Right.
because I'm
Well,
cool like that.
well,
I don't
and
care.
you got the track record. You know what I mean?
I don't care who win the contest. It ain't my money. I ain't getting no money. It ain't
Right. You ain't
mine.
got no dog in the race.
It doesn't matter.
Right quick, before we move further, I want to address a question because this young lady is new to the stepping community. She is from the swing out community. My girl Lala Harris down there in Houston. She will be with us. She was with us at Texas Heat last year. She'll be with us again this year. But she wants to know, what is stepper sharp?
Okay. Well, I give it to you like this. You say her name Lala?
Lala.
Lala. Stepper sharp is when I give it to you like this. Say you are graduating from college, right? And you are the valedictorian. You're gonna come in there to be the sharpest person in there. You're gonna
You
pull out
should
your
anyway.
you're gonna pull out your best attire.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if a person don't have a best attire, I mean, they get closest to it as possible.
Right.
So if somebody say we're having a set in this stepper shop, if you don't feel like you can be stepper shop, get as close to it as possible.
Right. Well, let me say this, and this is this don't include Casper, but
Right.
back in the day. Well, no, I take that back because back in the day, Casper used to be sharp too.
Oh yeah, I dressed back
There
in the
were
day.
but see, culturally speaking, when you talk about people from Chicago in general, one thing we were known for and known to do was put on some clothes. I knew cats that didn't even have a job that got up in the morning and put on some nice shine hard bottom shoes and some slacks and a shirt and sometimes a jacket or a tie and walk out the house and look like they were worth $1 million even if they wasn't. That is a cultural thing for Chicago, the same way this dance is. So, and you could not get into really any club in a pair of tennis shoes or anything like that. You had to have on some clothes. In fact, there was The Godfather, at one point you couldn't even get in there without having a jacket on. If you didn't have on a suit jacket or something like that, you wasn't getting in there. There were all sorts of rules around the city where that was concerned, and everybody had expectations of people looking a particular way. All of that has gone by the wayside, but that was a thing in our culture.
And back really when we were dancing in the contest, a lot of the people was getting their stuff tailor made.
There, in that part. Even before that, because
Yeah.
even we had Joe on here last night and we were talking about maids, with people, going out on the set back then. People was getting their
Right.
clothes cut even before that.
The couples would get their stuff made just to be different, and it won't look like everybody bought their stuff from Rainbow.
Right. Well, the last thing you want to do is show up at a set and be looking like the next guy because y'all bought the same thing off the mannequin.
And
That was a no-no.
I'm gonna tell you another thing that happened, and I was I was happy, but I was like, wow, really? What was the last place we was at? Steppaganza.
Yeah.
I see that last couple of days, everybody started trying to wear their jogger suits. I think so many people that had jogger suits. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't wear that.
They trying to look like you, man. You setting the
I was
trend,
like,
baby.
oh my goodness. But see, what they don't understand is when I come, I might dance 2 or 3 times and, do whatever, but I'm coming to just enjoy what I see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are still coming to just dance all night and dance. That's good. But I come to see what I can see and what I can help somebody with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do. And then I might get up there and do the ChaCha slide and this, that, and the other. I slide my ass on back to, fly myself on back to the hotel. You know
Oh
what
no,
I'm
you
saying?
good. This is a private channel. You good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we had little babies on here, listening.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we do, but who knows? Uh,
Right.
People be projecting
So
to their TVs nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
I
People
want
actually be watching this show on their television.
everybody in the Steppers community to do me one favor. Don't get with the click. Get with the fun of the dance.
The fun, not the
Enjoy
click.
the dance. If you do not enjoy the dance, you are doing it for the wrong reasons.
And you're doing it wrong.
Totally. When I used to get in the contest, it wasn't to pay a bill. It wasn't none of that. It was just to see if I still had it, if I still could do it. The last contest I got in, I did not win. And that was the last time I got in the contest. A guy named Weasel won.
And that was your boy.
That was my boy. And believe me, I congratulated him and Suzette to the fullest.
Yeah.
I said, Weasel, and this was way before he had passed. I said,
Yeah,
Weasel.
I was about to say, and Weasel, rest in peace. Yes, sir.
Right. I said, Weasel, I say, bro, you the only one that went home and created some stuff and said, Casper ain't gonna get me this year.
Right.
And when he did that, I say, it's a good thing you did it because this is my last year for the contest. But Weasel, I say, bro, congratulations to you and Suzette. Y'all set it out. Another brother that was in the contest that I thought should have placed or won in the contest his name was Westside Ty. I don't know if you ever gone Shot Steppers. I don't even know if from Shot Steppers have that footage. But
yeah, he told me I had spoken with him and I was asking him would he be willing to come back and put, because he's got a lot of video and archives and pictures and things, and he said he wasn't coming back to the game. Yeah.
Right. I got a lot of video of a lot of stuff, But my thing is, this guy, Westside Ty, was so creative that year that if it wasn't for me having a dance partner in the contest, I would have gave him my place. Because he was that good. He was that creative.
Wow.
He bought his son. He bought a big box. And, he wear tailor-made, him and his girl. They make their own clothes. He had his son in this big box and set the box on stage. He was dancing. He went inside the box and his son came out and killed him.
Oh, wow.
His son came out dressed just like he was and killed him.
Wow.
Man, I was so impressed. I was so impressed with that, man. And they did not give him his props. So like I said, if I was not in the contest with somebody and was just in it,
yeah, just
I would have gave him my winners. He deserved it. He definitely deserved it. And to this day, nobody acknowledged that.
This is the first time I've heard about it. I was living outside the city by then, and I wasn't there, and this is the first time I've even heard about that.
Bro, it's so many people that should have won in the contest that and didn't. I don't know. Like I said, I got a lot of footage. One day, I'm gonna invite you to Chicago. We're just gonna sit down.
We're gonna sit around and do that.
3 days and
matter of fact, I'll be there. I'll be there the weekend between the 7th to the 11th or something like that. So I'll be there next month. A couple of weeks.
Because
I
I got footage of Lil Mike. I got footage of Lil Alfred. I got footage on the man on men we used to dance back in the days in the circle.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of footage, and people want it, but I don't want to give it out. I gave it to Tick Man to make some copies, maybe about 4 years ago. And when I got it back from him, I was so happy to see it again. I never gave it back out.
Angie Fain said her trio with Tick Man and Danielle. She said, I guess you got that.
I got all of that. I got when me and Angie Fain and Yolanda was dancing. I got when we did the Channel 9 News. I got all of that footage.
That's what's up. Helena Thomas says Shorty Ed.
Shorty Ed was one of the he was a hell of an entertainer, bro. Him and Damita danced together. After Ty Skippy started dancing with Celeste, him and Damita danced together.
Okay.
Hell,
So
man, entertainment. These people was entertainers, bro.
So before we close out, Casper, I want you
We ain't closing out. We staying on for 8 days.
Hey man, we ain't got nothing but space and opportunity, brother. You know how I roll.
I want to put together something with you, bro.
Well, man, you ain't said nothing but a word, baby. You know how I get down.
Too. I'm gonna talk to Nike. Don't lose your thought, though.
Oh, absolutely not. I got it.
I want to do a seminar. I want to do a seminar, not a stepping seminar. I want to tell the people and show the people, you know, all about the game that we talking about from back then to now.
I think that'd be an excellent addition to anything involving this dance.
And see, when you look at the footage, good thing about it is the time and the year is on the footage. So for some of that footage from back then, you won't see the Dre's and the Tick Man and the
oh yeah, no. That was before
I even got the ones leading into the time. Everybody I don't understand. Every time they see me, there's something being recorded for me.
Right. Susu Watson told me to tell you hello, sir.
Susu Watson, that's my baby.
Super Dave is on here.
Look, Susu Watson. Hey, she already know how I feel about it. I ain't even got to say. I ain't even got to say.
Absolutely.
Everybody that know me know how I feel about them.
What would you like to see moving forward in terms of competitions and contests across the country or even locally?
I would like to see a real contest. And that sums it up all in a real contest. Not a favoritism contest.
Right.
Not a because I know this person contest. And I mean, I would love to have everybody from all around. And the contest, you must be able to do all the dancing.
Ooh. Now, that right there, what you just said, you know what? I agree with that. What I would like to see, and to me, that would be the ultimate competition, where the people who entered into the contest literally had to have a bop segment.
No. Watch this. Watch this right here, Brian.
Go ahead.
When we did the contest the first few years, the World's Largest.
What'd you say?
Everybody danced off the same music.
Now, that's another thing. Yeah, and that's gonna prove creativity right there.
And you go, everybody danced off the same song. We all danced off of Ain't That a Groove? We had a JB in there, and we had another song. Now, watch this. I would set up a track where it'll be a bop song where you have to bop. It'll be a walker song where you have to walk.
Right.
It'll be a stepper song where you have to step.
Right.
It'll be
JB.
JB where you have to get out.
Now, I would love to see that right there. Now, that would be a contest.
And that's what I'm going to work on.
Well, we need to, we in France. We need to get to work.
Watch this. I want to take, and this is how I want to coordinate it. I want to take one person from every city to form a coalition to have that contest.
Yeah. Then in that way, there's no favorites. There's
one person from every city. One from Atlanta, one from Dallas, one from Chicago, one from Milwaukee, one from wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix, I want to make a coalition and we throw that contest.
I think that's a fantastic
And
idea.
I can get Pepsi to sponsor it.
Now, that part right there. That to me will make one hell of a stiff competition. But now, I'm glad you said all of that. And here's something, a sticky part of this subject that I want to address.
Go ahead.
I noticed. Now, when we first started this conversation, you talked about there having been at the very first world's largest, there were about 120 couples. Only 50 advanced into the final.
Right. Okay.
Today, and this deals with, and let me finish my thought. When we talk about the world's largest, I notice that people tend to shy away from entering that competition. I don't know if it's intimidation. I don't know what it is that causes people not to want to compete in that. But then you watch the contest that took place in, for example, Milwaukee. We look at Texas Heat, and we see people that we had not seen before in competitions willing to compete. I think that we need to encourage more people to enter into these competitions, especially these so-called instructors. And there needs to be, I just would love to see more people get involved. I would love to see more people put up stiffer competition to give people a run for their money. I would love to see that. I hope, it is my hope in the future, that more people gravitate toward these competitions and start to really participate on that level. Now, is there something that you think could lend toward that, or is there something that needs to take place, or do you think that it's possible?
It's definitely possible.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do, I want to gravitate to all of the people that want to ever get in the competition and never got in the competition.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set up a meeting with them and sit down and have a discussion with them. Okay, that's what I would love to do. And like I say, I'm gonna talk to Nike if they come to Texas Heat. Everywhere we go, everywhere that I go, I want to be able to sit down and have that type of conference with a lot of these people. If you notice something, bro, and I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm gonna just say it like it is. People keep people away that's gonna do the right thing. Listen to what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
People keep people away that's going to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, if they scared you gonna be fair, they don't want you around.
You hear me what I'm saying?
I heard you.
How many times have you seen me, since I've been out of the contest, judge the world's largest?
Uh-huh.
How many?
Okay. I hear you.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
And it would seem to me that you would be the best selection for a judge.
But hold on, because they know
you won. Has anybody won more world's largest than you?
No.
Okay, and you won 10 out of 11.
I won 10 out of 11.
Okay. I'm saying that again for the benefit of those who have come into the show late that didn't hear what we talked about on the front end.
Right. My thing is, it doesn't matter what category you won in, it's that you won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's only a certain contest that I judge. I judge Texas Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I judge the Get Down. What else did I judge? Might have been a couple of more different contests that I judged. Never have I judged the world's largest. Because they know if I judge it, I'm watching everybody. I'm watching everybody down the line. And I question them. Everybody from Don Vic to Black Mary.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm going to talk to them. If I got something to say to anybody, I'm going to say it.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to be favorited. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who wins the contest. I'm not getting a dime out of it, and they're not paying me to judge.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So just like Sheila said, Casper, I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. I want you to DJ for the Get Down when we do that contest. I say, well, I don't see why you ain't never thought about it either.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like I say, sometimes you got people that try to keep people away that they know gonna do right
Mm-hmm.
because they be doing so much wrong.
Mm-hmm. My man Lindy Holmes, I see you, my brother. Now there's a guy who's been on in multiple contests thus far, and my personal opinion, I think Lindy is one of those underrated steppers. He need to, Lindy, I'm looking for you to step up, man. You got the
Lindy
game.
need
You
to
got
talk
the.
to me. I need to
Lindy,
talk to I need
all
to
right.
talk to all these people that feel that they're not competition
Oh
ready.
no, I feel as though no, he's competition ready. I've seen the brother get down. I like his style. What I'm
No,
saying
no,
is,
but there's something going on that he's not winning.
you hear that, Lindy? You just got an invitation by Casper to holler at the man. You need to do that.
You know, there's something going on with these people that you know that's getting down out here that's not
Mm-hmm.
winning. Why?
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are winning are usually the same people that's in the competition all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and here's my thought, and since you said that, and my thought
And
is
hold
that
on, let
I
me
know
bring
with all of these people we have out here that are stepping, I know damn well we got some talent out here. I would love
let
to
me
see
wrinkle,
more of it
let
come
me
forward.
wrinkle one more feather.
Mm-hmm.
Let me wrinkle one more feather.
Uh-oh.
How the hell you get a new school category you've been stepping 12 years? Excuse me, I'm just saying.
Well, you do this. I'm gonna say this. This year, I'm looking for the world's largest to be one hell of a competition. There are people that are coming up that are going to be dancing in the world's largest this year that we haven't seen in quite a while, and I think it is going to be a phenomenal set. I'm looking forward to it. There are some big names coming up in this one. And I'm saying that not because of who they are in terms of popularity, but people that I know that know how to get it in. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know, and in fact, on that same note, I know that Texas Heat is also going to be bringing that smoke as well, because we got a lot of the same people that are going to be coming through. Plus, I'm gonna say this, and I don't even want to say that I'm being premature about it, but I think Texas Heat is probably going to be the closest thing to Stepaganza, except there's going to be a competition involved. What you think?
Well, you see my face?
I see you.
Just remember this look that I'm giving you right now
Uh-huh.
in a little while. Because I can't tell you what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I can just show you.
That's okay. That's right.
I can just show you what I know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I,
all I'm gonna say is I think that this particular year is going to prove to be very interesting
I
in
would
terms
love
of competition.
I would love to work with a lot of these people and get themselves ready for these contests.
Mm-hmm.
I told somebody when I used to, like I said, when I used to instruct back then,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I guarantee you 2 or 3 of the people that I instruct are going to win.
Okay.
And they got
So
up there and
so
did
what
just
you
that.
saying is you looking for a couple of people to hitch their wagon to your horse and ride on across that finish line the right way. So y'all heard that here
I'm just
on
letting
this
you know.
show.
I'm just letting you know if you
My
want to
man
know
is putting it out there.
if you want to know the truth and you want to know the game on how to win a contest, see me. And
Yeah.
my number's out in the public. My number's all over Facebook. Matter
There
of
you
fact,
go.
I'm gonna give it to you right now.
Reggie Miles say it ain't what you do, but how you do it.
It's how you do it, bro. It's how you do it. My phone number is 773
Oh man.
640 2389. That's my direct number. 773 640 2389. Call me.
Y'all
Call
heard
me.
it. My man Super Dave out in Vegas said, let's go to work.
And I can guarantee you I can guarantee you, if you don't win the contest, that your name will be noticed.
Y'all heard it here first. This is an exclusive. It's out there now. So look at here, man. Is there anything that you want to add in closing
Yeah.
to let the people know, or just, as far as information is concerned, any last words, anything you want to give to the folks?
Well, I want to let the people and the folks know this. I've had my time in the contest. You would never have to worry about Casper coming out of retirement to get in the contest. Unless, you hear that word, unless. Unless I get called out by somebody that wants people to think that they're on a high level.
Say if they want that smoke.
They want that real smoke, I'm going to give it to them, but I'm going to let them know I'm only going to give them 3 minutes of smoke. So give me 1 minute of walk, 1 minute of stepping, 1 minute of bopping. That's all I'm going to keep.
Which is it, Casper? You ain't that spring chicken no more.
I ain't that spring chicken. They should have saw me at Texas Heat. They should know.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I like to have fun, but I will give you that smoke.
All right. That sounds like a winner right
That's
there.
the same thing I told them on the skate side. I told them, I give you 1 minute and 36 seconds of smoke on them skates.
A minute. He said 1 minute and 36 seconds.
And 36 seconds. I'm going to be hot to try.
Okay, so the
What the first lady talking
producer lady say she remembers when we were in Phoenix, you gave a 5-minute lesson right in front of our operation there. The guy asked you a question, and you literally, and I can attest to what Casper's saying right now. I'm gonna just tell y'all like this: a gentleman walked up. We were broadcasting live out of Phoenix at Angie Fain's Jules and Gents event, the Phoenix Jam, which y'all need to get y'all tickets for next year because it's going down, and we will be on deck. A guy walked up, and he literally asked a question, and Casper basically gave him a lesson standing right there, and it worked in his favor. So. I'm saying that to say that I can attest to what Casper's saying right now. If you say he'll give it to you, all you got to do is ask. It's just that simple.
All you got, they say closed mouths don't get fed. If I
That's
don't
right.
know, I mean, you still got even some of the best right now. They're still asking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to. I don't have to really say, but I said, Tick Man them ask me all the time to help them out with stuff. So, but that's my buddy. I'm gonna help him.
That's right.
I'm gonna help him, and I'm gonna help anybody that wants to learn it.
All right, y'all want to bring that smoke? You know who to go to, y'all. You got Casper in the building offering them services.
I ain't gotta bring no link card or nothing.
You don't even need your link card. Doggone it, boy. Look at you. Hey, Casper, listen here, man. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with your boy and helping me to add clarity, because the whole thing about this show, man, is about helping people to understand the journey, the times we've had, and the times moving forward, and where we would like to see it all go, and to help as many people as we can along the way. I appreciate you for that, brother.
And it's 1,000 places that we haven't talked about.
Absolutely.
And everybody talks about the dungeon. Everybody talks about the Demons Club. But they don't talk about the High Chaparral, and the Furnace Sphere, and all these other places we used to, used to walk, bop, and step at.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go with a part 2 on this.
Oh, I'm down. I'm with it. We can definitely do that.
We're gonna get deep into the places like the Parkway Ballroom. Look, the original Mr. G.
You know what? I want you to hold that thought, only because I'm going to see you when I get home in a couple of weeks, and I want to talk to you about that, because I got a project that I'm about to work on, and you will be instrumental in helping me make that happen. And I think it'll be a great topic for another show. So, yeah, absolutely. We're going to work on that. So, Casper, I appreciate you, man.
I hope all the people that tuned in today, if you're serious about getting in the competitions, see me. I'll tell you what to do, how to do it, and how to make it work.
My man Andre Horton in the building on 79th Street. That's right, baby. Off the 9. Me and Dre, we go back like two flats on a Cadillac.
Excuse me, Andre used to go to Kennedy King.
Oh, me and Andre was Cub Scouts together, Jack. Don't play no games. We go way back, Jack.
I used to call him Little Black Dre.
Mayor of 79th Street. That's right. That's my stomping ground right there. Yeah. So, all right, man. I got to roll. I appreciate you, Casper. We gonna chop it up some more, and we gonna make some other things happen, man. I see some big things coming in the future.
For sure.
All right, baby. Holla at you soon. Peace out. All right, y'all. Look, y'all. There it is. My man, Casper in the building, kicking it, hanging out with your boy, and talking about what it was, what it is, and what we hope for it to be coming forward in the future. Now, right quick before I go, I want to make a couple of announcements. Y'all know my man Josiah Burt is doing a New Year's Eve set out there in Clarksville, Tennessee. It will be off the chain. I will be there. Inside Steppin' will be in the building. Looking forward to that. We got my girl Jackie Dallas over here, All Girl Productions. They doing a Steppers Masquerade Ball as well on New Year's Eve over there in Dallas. Endorsed by my man Hyrie Israel, the cat in the hat. And by the way, I see you, Irie. Thank you for tuning in, my man. And a matter of fact, Irie, I got to call you because we got to talk, man. I got some conversation for you. So at the Steppers Masquerade Ball over there in Dallas, you got Ted Williams on the instruction. You got DJ Stretch on the ones and twos, and DJ Joel. It's going to be a fantastic event. Then, of course, you all Crush and Cream, Ted Williams event over there in Arkansas. We'll be there on deck. August, September, world's largest. We'll be in the building. October, we will be at Texas Heat. And then we have Atlanta, where we will be there with my man Reese Turner at the, I keep calling it the Blackout. He going to kick my tail. It ain't the Blackout, y'all. It's Fade to Black. That is a party you do not want to miss. So we moving forward into the year, y'all. We looking forward to what's to come. I would love to see more people participate in these competitions. I think that is a thing that is becoming more, that should make this stepping journey more interesting. And like Casper said, I want to see more people have fun. I want people to stop being so doggone caught up and anal about this dance. When we did this dance back in the day, we had fun. You heard Casper say it himself. We had fun. We did this because this is what we enjoy. We did this because this made things better in our lives. We did this because we inherited this dance. You know, a lot of people are paying a lot of money nowadays for the skill set, if you will, the exposure into the dance, the exposure of the people. But for the most part, y'all, let's stop being so damn serious all the time and enjoy. This is dancing. Dancing was designed to be fun. Dancing was designed to make you feel some kind of way. It was designed to help you release the tension and the aggravation and everything else that may plague your life and your day. When we dance, let's enjoy each other. And like my man Reggie Miles say, fellas, let's put a smile on these ladies' faces. Ladies, come and be who you are. Be that feminine, beautiful thing that we all love so much, and we get a chance to, as Reggie said, put our arms around and dance with and enjoy each other's time and company as we do this thing out here on this floor. Because there's nothing else when it comes to this except fun. And if we can't have that, what do we have? Not much. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I believe that I got everything covered.
Reese's stickers, I think, is still half price. Father's Day special.
Reese Turner?
Yeah.
Okay, the producer lady says,
Everyone needs to go to his page.
you all can go to, is it the WSI or Reese Turner? You can go to Reese Turner or WSI's page. He has a half-price Father's Day sale continuing for men for his event. So y'all go there and get those tickets while they're on sale. Because I promise you don't want to miss that event. That is going to be bananas. It's going to be off the chain. Don't miss it. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all make this show what it is. Don't forget you have an opportunity to help us continue to do what we do by donating to $ Inside Stepping. That's my Cash App. That helps the show continue and helps us to provide you with the best possible quality content as we can provide. Thank you. And I want to say good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow on The Black Factor. Peace out, y'all.